What's up, guys? Jake Wan here. Welcome to the channel. So today I'm going to be talking to you about my first Hyrox competition experience. So on May 22nd, I competed in an event called Hyrox. And what Hyrox is it's the World Series of Fitness. So for this event, there are 8 events within this. There's 8 1-kilometer runs, and in between, there are 8 fitness types events. So for this, you start with a 1-kilometer run, then you go into a 1,000-meter ski erg, then you go back 1-kilometer run, then there's a 275-pound 50-meter sled push, then you go 1-kilometer run, then there's a 50-meter 165-pound sled pull, then 1-kilometer run. Then there are burpee broad jumps for, I believe it's 80 meters. Then 1-kilometer run. Then you row 1,000 meters. Then 1-kilometer run. Then you go and you carry 53-pound kettlebells for 400 meters. Then 1-kilometer run. Then you go and it's a 200-meter lunge with a sandbag on your back. 1-kilometer run. Then you finish with 100 wall balls. So it's an event that usually lasts from anywhere from an hour and 15 minutes to 2.5 hours, depending on your fitness level. So I went and I did this for the first time. I didn't really know what to expect going into it. I knew that I wanted to give it my all and just leave everything out there and have fun while doing it, because it was my first time trying this. There's about 30 other people that I've been training with here at this place. This is the gym called Squatch Frontier Fitness. And here, this is an amazing community of people. We've all been training for this together. And most of the people was their first time doing it. So we all went there together as a community and we did this event. And it was incredible. Been training for this for about 2 months, and I felt really good about it. I felt like I was in a good place. I really felt well. You know, the night before I got a great sleep. My nutrition was in line with everything I wanted to do. So I just said, I'm going to give it my all. And the heat that I was in was probably the best heat. There were a lot of dudes in there that were the real deal. My actual coach now, Sam Tooley, he was in my heat. And he's somebody that I tried to pace off of for the race. Before the race, he told me, dude, like, I'm going to go fast. Basically, don't try and keep up. And he lived up to that. He went really fast. So I went up there, you know, my heat. I had my best friend Ross in the same heat as me as well. And some other guys from the gym that we train at. And we just went at it. I know right out from the gate, guys sprinted out. Guys went so fast. And that's kind of what I said. I had looked before and I noticed that people like went so fast, hot out the gate. And I said I wasn't going to do that. But everybody else booked it. And I said, screw it. And I went. And then going into the race, I really try hard to keep up with my coach, Sam Tooley. And it was hard. He went so fast. And as I was going throughout the race, it was hard. But I felt really good, and I was just giving it my all. I didn't really know what my pace was. I didn't really know what to expect. I just knew that I felt good, and I was going hard. And, you know, it got to a point of the race where I couldn't keep up with Sam anymore, but I was just going hard and giving the events my all. I felt really good with each event. I was passing people. I was blowing by people on the runs, and I was, you know, at the front of my group. And I felt really good with that. So I just kept going. But there was one point at the race where by accident, I switched up the events. I went from 1, 2, 3, 5, 4 instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I did all the events, but that gave me a 3-minute penalty. And I saw that, but I really didn't know what my time was. So, you know, I said, screw it. I'm just going to keep going, just keep giving it my all. And I kept going, and, you know, I got to the farmer's carries, which was one of the last exercises. I felt really good there. And then I went on the run. I felt really good. Went to the sandbag lunges, second to last event. I felt amazing. And then I went into the last run, and, you know, my right hamstring was cramping up a little bit. So I kind of felt it a little bit before at like event 6, and I just felt it. I felt as I went around the corner, I felt a little tweak. So I there was a station with Gatorade, and I've never drinking Gatorade in years, but I had some Gatorade and went right away. And then I went into the last run. I felt so good, and I booked it. Like I sprinted that last kilometer, and then I went into the 100 wall balls, and that was hard. That was hard. And so I went into it, felt good, and I told the judge, I was like, tell me every 20. So I was going to do 20, 20, 20, 20, all the way up to 100. And I started to do that. And then my friend Ross came into the station as well. And he was just doing one after another, was going unbroken. I was like, he can't beat me. So I went unbroken for about the last 40, and then I finished it. And I finished in an hour and 23 minutes, which was an amazing time. And I saw that on the screen. I was like, oh my God, like I did really, really well. And I got a 3-minute penalty. So what happened was my official time was an hour and 26 minutes. And for my age group, so my age group is from 16 to 24 years old. And so, I mean, that's a big age range. And there's some dudes in that age group. And I finished 4th. I finished 4th in my age group. And if I didn't get that 3-minute penalty, I would have finished 2nd. So if I finished 2nd, I would have automatically qualified for the national championships in Chicago, which other people that trained with us in my community did. So everybody performed super well, and it was awesome to see. It was an amazing, we ran that place. Squatch Frontier Fitness ran that place. It was awesome to see. And for me to get 4th, I didn't know that. There was a ceremony going on, and I was like, oh, I didn't expect anything out of it. And then I went over, and my friends were like, Jake, you placed 4th. It's like, oh, wow. And then I went and saw the timesheet, and I saw that if I didn't get a 3-minute penalty, I would have got 2nd. And my friend CJ told me, Jake, if you got 2nd, you would have automatically qualified for Chicago. So I was like, oh man. And I sat there and I thought about it. I was like, wow, like I can really do this. No, I was so close. And then I was like, damn, I really want to qualify for Chicago. And I thought back to the race. There were multiple parts of the race where I could have improved my time. I stopped a couple times. I walked a couple times. If I had just not done that and pushed even harder, I would have finished and I would have qualified. I would have finished higher and I would have qualified. So, I was really thinking about that. And also just the structure of the event. After some of the events, like the sled pull, I went the wrong way just because I had never done it before and I didn't know where to go. So there were multiple areas of the race where I know I could have improved my time just by doing it again. And, not stopping and talking to the judges and not like this sounds bad, but, there was a guy on the lunge and I went back and I helped him. And if I didn't do those things and I'd known, if someone said to me during the race, Jake, you will qualify for the national championships if you improve your time just by a little bit, then I would have 100% done it. But everything happens for a reason. So after the race that night, I was really thinking about it and I was like, damn, I can really do this. And I really want to do this. And I want to inspire people with this. And I also want to do it for myself because I love competing. That's another thing. Getting the pre-game jitters, that happened with this race. It happened to me. And I hadn't felt that since, playing college football and playing football and baseball and sports growing up. That pre-game feeling, like those nerves of, oh man, how's it going to go? Like if you play sports, you know exactly how it feels. And it just felt amazing. And I missed that feeling a lot. And I got it from doing this. So all these thoughts were going through my head. And I went out to dinner, with everybody from the race after. And my friend CJ was like, you can go to Orlando. Well, there was a race in Orlando in 2 weeks. And for that, it's time trials. So for time trials in Orlando, all you have to do is be under a certain time and you automatically qualify for nationals. So the time is an hour and 25 minutes. I beat that with my first race in Austin. So I really thought about it and I was like, wow, I can go to Orlando, improve my time, maybe even win it because I feel like I can win my age group. And then I automatically qualify for the US championships. So I what I did is my grandparents live near Orlando. I called them. I said, "Can I stay with you guys for a couple days? And I'm gonna fly out there and I'm gonna compete in Orlando." And the next day, that's exactly what I did. I bought my plane ticket. I bought my ticket for the event. I registered, and now I'm going to Orlando and I'm going to compete. And I'm not going to, just go under the time. I'm going to win. I want to win. And I want to win in Chicago because that's the competitive side of me. I want to be the best at what I do. I want to be the best coach and I want to be the best athlete. So I'm going to win. Like this, I'm very committed to it. So Sam Tooley, who was in my heat, he won in Dallas and placed second overall at Austin. He's an absolute beast, and he's somebody I looked up to. So we talked after the event. He became my coach now. I invested into him because I'm dedicated to this. He's now my coach. He writes all my programming. And that just goes to show, like, if you want to be the best at it and make the investment and do it, dedicate yourself to it. Take the risks. Because I know that this has given me so much motivation. It's given me so much motivation with helping others and my program, my Mass Gaining Men program. It's given me more motivation to make that the best, because I want everything that I do in my life to be the best. And I want to be the best at this. I want to be a pro athlete. I can become a pro at this sport, get sponsors, and that will also help my business as well. Like showing what is capable with your life. You are capable of such amazing things. Go after them. So I'm going to show you this entire journey. I'm going to show you Orlando. I'm going to have it filmed. I'm going to go be one of my grandparents, show you all of that. And you also got to see the insight into my first race. So if you watched to the end of this, make sure to like this video. Make sure to leave a comment. Make sure to subscribe and follow this journey. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I love you guys so much. And I thank you guys for following me with this. And it's going to be a fun one. So I'll catch you in the next video and we'll see how Hyrox Orlando went. Let's go.